The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Carson to first down and more as he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. 91 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. This is Carson. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. Suddenly it's first and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Out of the gun, they run it with him. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, second and goal. They run again with Hunt. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
And now third and goal coming up, the loss on second down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
They'll look to throw on third and goal. Touchdown, Patriots! Jacoby Myers hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Folk connects on the extra point, and that will tie our game here in the third. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a first and 10. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. On play action, Wentz. And this will go to Carson out wide. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Going for Hilton, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Sutton. 7 yards, the pickup there. Working with a second and 3.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Oh, you Kareem Hunt. We know you've got the power. We know you've got the speed. Now how about that? Show us a little bit of that wiggle in there. How about that one, partner?
Can you imagine trying to tackle that? Yeah, I'll stay up here with you. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll run with Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kareem Hunt, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Patriots have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front. Extra point up and good by Folk. And the lead is now 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, wide open, complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football. Now Blankenship on for the PAT. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21.
That ties the game at 21 apiece.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
At the 31-yard line.
From the gun, Jones. Oh, Jones has just thrown his 3rd interception. Picked off by Corey Willis. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line. A lone second remains now in this third quarter. They'll run on first down. Carson, and he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Watch out, watch out.
Play action. Now Wentz steps away. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on third down. Here's Carson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Carson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now a play fake. Wentz. That ball caught by Campbell. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now a give, right side. It's Carson. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
I have to laugh a little bit because he actually handed it off. I thought with the 2 touchdown passes he's thrown in this one already, he'd go ahead and fling and try and get a 3rd one.
Yeah, now from this spot on 3rd down, I think he'd probably throw it here.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question about it. They won't even send in a running play here. I don't.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Demario Davis. Through an opening, and there he goes. 20, 10, and he will not get all the way home, but he will take this back down to about the 2-yard line. Well, this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL.
And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Kareem Hunt, his 2nd TD of the game and 16th on the season. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Folk connects on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead.
Patriots 28, Colts 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Let's take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. And he'll throw this one away, but I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Indy.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
Rolling to his left. This is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis. T.Y. Hilton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On on second and a couple. Jones throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. A carry here for Hunt, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. From the 45 on 2nd down, Jones. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Jones. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
And, partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And here's another tackle made at the line. So they're converging well on the football now. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Jones. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And the Colts are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds,
and this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. Dances by him. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming. 5-9. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, Lou.
Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
And he'll be brought down after a gain of about 9, and compounding things, it's now 3rd down as well. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Dancing to his left. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Rodgers on the return. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
This is caught by Hilton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through. I think what we just saw their partner was linebacking speed that can trump O-line power. We see that at times because he filled the gap before the offensive lineman could get to the next level and take him on.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
82.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. And he'll just get rid of it. So 3rd down coming up. And Charles, I guess the question for me, where does 4 down territory begin possibly?
I guess for me it begins if you have 4th and 5 or less, because you got to understand your team and know what your play calls are. What do you have that you think you're confident that you can pick up that type of yardage? It might be 4th and 3 for some teams, but I think anything under 4th and 5, they'll think about going for it.
In need of a 3rd and 10 conversion to keep this opening drive of OT alive. On play action, it's Wentz. And the catch made by Hilton. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, that's a huge completion there. That puts them in field goal range, but let's face it. They don't want 3 here. They want 6. With these overtime rules, a touchdown finishes it off.
Yeah, looking to win it right away. Good to know, though, that they have 3 in their back pocket if they need it. Give them a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. Second and 8 coming up. Wentz on the move to his left. His throw incomplete.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to at least get him a lead here in overtime. Blankenship's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. They're able to put 3 on the board here in the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
Finding Hunt. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on 3rd down. To throw is Jones. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jones. And this one complete to Smith. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now Jones. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hunt. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 2nd and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. Throwing Jones. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
2nd and 10. Now Jones. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Quiddy Pay, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the Colts, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Patriots, the loss is number 8 for them on the year. And they will get a home date next week as they will take on the Buffalo Bills.